I pick up the papers and things like that. Maybe I go to Dunkin' Donuts or something, or the post office. But I really don't need anything like that anymore. It's the miracle of life. Waking up, feeling alive is the biggest reward I could ever think of.
Amen. And, hey, I want to play right now on Phil of Monticello, New York says you got to play Bob. Joey D and the Starlighters, Peppermint Twist. What do you want to say about that? Because we're going to get up and dance to that. Would you? Any behind-the-scenes things that haven't been told about this song? There's so much trivia, and that's why we enjoy doing it on this program.
Well, we did 13 months at the Peppermint Lounge, and in the back room, one night we needed to have a song about the place, and it was called the Peppermint Lounge, so we discovered the Peppermint Twist.
Where was it, by the way? Because we had a conversation on this program about 8 months ago. Mike from Manhattan, Morty of Brooklyn, Joe of Brooklyn, Barbara was on from Brooklyn. We also had Bobby from Weehawken, New Jersey, along with Dennis from Fair Lawn, New Jersey, and we also mixed up with Mike of Pennsylvania, along with a couple other people. We were talking about a array of cast that evening, and we all were wondering for sure where the Peppermint Lounge was.
It was between 6th and 7th Avenue on West 45th Street. It's right in the song. Meet me, baby, down on 45th Street.
People. So here we go. Let's put this turntable down. And people say to me, Dave, would you ever sell any of your records? You know, they're not for sale. We're going to use them here. Here we go. Get ready.
Pop the shoe bop.
Yes, here we go. Joey D. the Solid, Peppermint Twist.
Peppermint twist, round and round, up and down, round and round, up and down, round and up and down, and 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, jump.
Peppermint Twist All Request Show continues on and on and on and on. And Dave Brigati from the Rascals dropping in this morning. And Morty, I know you're a big fan of the Rascals. And I told Dave you were walking along with your transistor radio playing Good Loving. And, of course, How Can I Be Sure? How are you, Morty?
I'm doing very well. Good morning, Dave.
Are you walking your dog now?
Yes. I was walking the dog, and I met up with Steve Frank and Sylvia of Dyker Heights, and they're dancing down 13th Avenue. You got a whole crew of people dancing in the streets.
Beautiful.
Dancing in the streets. You know what? I really wanted to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
All of the great music that you've done has, in other words, have the guys ever thought about doing the standards? In other words, you hear guys like Don Henley, Rod Stewart, and Paul McCartney. They're all
Yes,
doing the
yes.
singers, and those albums sell like crazy, particularly to the youngsters out there.
Well, my particular love is the early 1950s, with all the groups like the Flamingos and the Heartbeats and the Heart Tones. Those are my favorites, harmony singing. And of course, we learned from the 30s and the 40s and the 50s.
Well, did you ever think of then, in other words, was doing some of the songs from the 50s? Because I seem to think that, some of the younger people, even though they're into the music where, you really can't understand the words. If
I know,
ever
it's like
heard
two radio stations on at once.
Flamingos and other such songs, I think they would fall over and they'd fall in love with that music.
I did. I recorded 25 of those songs. I did it about 25 years ago, and I'm remixing them now to get them ready for radio listening.
Well, I think that would be a super hit, because that kind of music, when people could really sing, and as I said, you could really understand the words, and
you said the magic words, really
dance close, instead of what I see today, and they say, well, that's because you're getting older. It's no. I want to understand the words.
It could have been, when people talking about Al Jolson in the old days, and my father liked Tiny Tim because he imitated the old records. And I couldn't even tell him Tiny Tim was kind of like a joke,
No.
But all that stuff, I'm telling you, living in magic time. Our early stuff, beautiful ballads with harmony, they'll never be topped.
Now, I particularly liked how can how can I be sure that one, every time I hear it, I have to stop what I'm doing.
Yeah, because it has magic. It was taken from the old days too. We considered that when we were writing that song. We considered the 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s.
Well, your stuff, was your stuff with the Rascals, and anything that you've ever done will go on and on forever. And I would like to thank, and everybody out there would like to thank Bob O'Brien and the All Request Show, because this is the only place where you could hear the music, you could pick up the phone, and you could share a thought. Gee, I remember that was 1968. I was walking down Avenue J in Brooklyn. And I was, we were with the guys. We put the radio down. We sat down. And we started listening to music. And it's all because of Bob O'Brien, and it's all because of the Rascals, and it's all because of you, Dave Brigati.
Thank you,
well,
Dave.
I feel blessed.
And now, Dave, you spoke to...
we just loved it, and I'm thrilled. Every day I wake up, and I have to really think about, and it's true,
It is. Now, you spoke to Joey D tonight, right? How's he doing?
Yeah, he's doing well. He just played at the Mohegan Sun in Uncasville, Connecticut. And I'm going to see him tomorrow for lunch. He wants to go for pizza.
That sounds good, right? We got to join you one day. Where you going, Jersey, New York, Connecticut?
No, in Jersey. I go right down the block. I don't have to go too far,
Which is good. Now, what Morty mentioned off the air, Face of an Angel. What do you want to say about that, Dave? Because that was an early, right, Joey?
Yeah, I was about 18 years old, and we wrote that song, and immediately recorded it for Scepter Records. We had a flip side called Shimmy Baby, which we learned to do the twist. 1, 2, 3, kick, 1, 2, 3, jump. And that originally we used that for Shimmy Baby, but the flip side was a ballad, and the Shirelles are singing on that Face of an Angel along with Joey D in the background.
So here's what we're going to do, Dave and Morty. How about we play Face of an Angel? And I also got a message that we have to thank J.Petrecca and Gina Petrecca for setting this up this evening. Thank you so much, and we got a brand new...
Love it. I see them at least once every 2 weeks, and they love this. They live for this music, Well,
we're going to keep it going, right, Morty?
Oh, absolutely. We all live for it. If you could have seen the crowd on 13th Avenue between 75th and 76th Street, it was unbelievable.
Wow, I'd love to go there. My grandfather used to take me to Brooklyn when he had some connections down on 5th and Union. Have you been down there?
Oh sure. That area's really been built up now. You can't touch any of the properties. You gotta come in with a bag of money.
Are they still Italian down there?
Somewhat. Somewhat. It's changed.
Well, I used to go there in 1945 and 6.
Well, it's had drastic changes since then.
I'll bet. I'd love to see it. I will take a trip there just for nostalgia,
Well, we'd love to join you. We really would. Bob and I and others would love to join you.
What's your dog's name?
My dog is aptly named Samson.
Samson, okay.
Yes, he's a 14
I'm
pounder.
just curious. I love animals too.
He's a little black poodle, but he's the joy.
Good.
He's the joy of my wife Deborah and myself. He's just
obviously you're walking him at 3:30 in the morning. Come on.
And with that transistor radio, did they give you that radio back, Morty?
Yes, they did.
Morty, you lent him, Dave, the radio last week, and he almost didn't get it back because they wanted to listen to this program. So I told Morty we'll send him another radio. I'll FedEx it to him if I have to.
Yeah, I keep buying those radios because that's the meat of everything.
Here we go. Joey D and the Starlighter. Stay with me, gentlemen. Face of an Angel.
Ow.
And the All Request Show continues on and on and on. 212-219-9695. Live on this election day. And that's just incredible, Dave. Incredible. Probably hasn't been played on radio in quite a while.
You're right. You're right about that. And it just brings memories back to me. I get all choked up about it.
And I can hear it forever. And Morty, you've been going through the mail and everything. We've got I want to play a couple more Rascal songs.
Well, I have one from, in fact, the people that I gave the transistor to who now have gotten their own. But I said, listen, if you want to hold on to it, that's fine. It's Steve Frank and Sylvia 13th Ave, you wanted to hear It's a Beautiful Morning, and it's always a beautiful morning when we listen to the Rascals on the All Request Show.
Atlantic record label, 45 RPM, and I'm going to take you right back now to April 13th, 1968. And Nestor, put that quarter on the turntable. Gentlemen, let's give it a push.
It's a beautiful morning. I think I'll pull out the wire. Just smile. Just taking some clean, fresh air for me. Get inside. If the weather's fine and you got the time, it's your chance to wake up and plan another brand new day. Either way, it's a beautiful morning. Each bird keeps singing his own song. So long, I've got to be on my way now. Just hanging around. I got to cover ground. You couldn't keep me down. It just ain't no good if the sun's shining. You're still inside. Still inside. Children with robins and flowers, sunshine caresses each new waking hour. Seems to me that people keep seeing more and more each day. Gotta say, lead the way. It's okay. It's okay.
Pinocchio, did you know that chocolate nuts coffee is rich and strong?
Paige, I know. I can smell it a mile away. Chock full of nuts coffee is so rich and so strong, you get twice as many cups.
Pinocchio.
I meant 1/3 more cups.
Well, that's more like it.
And to me, coffee that smells best tastes best.
Chocolate nuts is that heavenly coffee. Better coffee a millionaires money can't buy.
And gentlemen, I'm going to take my sip. At about 3:30 in the a.m., a very special time. We got Dave Brigati of the Rascals. Morty's here. The whole crew's here this morning. And what are you having your coffee? You drink a lot of coffee, Dave?
No, I drink just decaf because I never drank liquor or did any drugs or anything like that. So anything would stimulate me too much, you know.
Why
But
would
I
any-
love the commercial. I would like to sing the Chock full of nuts commercial, you know.
You want to sing it? Hang on a second, and what I'm going to do, I should be able to record it here. Yeah, you want to sing it at the count of 3. How does that sound, okay?
Fully.
1, 2, 3.
Chock full of nuts is that heavenly coffee, heavenly coffee, heavenly coffee. Chock full of nuts is that heavenly coffee. And I forget the words.
Well, you did great. What do you think, Morty?
I think he could be a star.
He is, and we're gonna, with your permission, we're gonna use that, and it's incredible. Chock full of nuts, our official coffee of the All Request Show by 3:30 in the a.m. on Election Day. Get out there and vote. In New York City, the information is 311. In New Jersey, it's 609-292-2121, and do exercise your vote on this Tuesday, November the 5th, 2000. And it's about 41 degrees. A little chilly out there, huh?
Yes, it was, but we were enjoying the music, so we were warm as if we were sitting by a fireplace.
I love it there. Well, I just got off the phone while the song was playing there, and our good friend Stacy is all the way up in Watertown, New York. She says about 20 degrees up there. Wind chill factor, Dave and Morty, is about 0 up there. She says, could you please play the Rascals' I've Been Lonely Too Long, and ask Dave how was it doing that song in 1967?
Well, that was my first song that I ever sang with the Rascals. Felix said, just let's do call and response. I've been lonely too long, I've been lonely too long. And it was very good, and it was good to experiment with that. And we found out that we really like to sing in the studio,
And I want to
make harmony and everything. We were very lucky.
And Atlantic Records, what a long, most people, and Morty agree with me, most groups don't have the longevity that you had with Atlantic Records, so that says something for you.
We're so lucky. We'd go in, have a hit, then go back in 2 months later, have another hit, then go back again, have another hit. I got spoiled. I started to think, this is never going to end. And, of course, the contract did end, and CBS got involved, and they took half the group away from Atlantic Records, and that was the end of the Rascals. Until lately now, they're back together.
And we're glad, and a lot of us talked off the air, and we said they got to get back together, we got to do it, what do we got to do? And you've been down...
You're alive, yeah.
Anyway, so here we go. Bring you back to 1967, January 28th to be exact. Put that 45 RPM. And we're the only ones in the world, Dave, and Morty can attest that, the only ones in the world that are still spinning the 45s, 33s, and 78 RPM. We also have cassettes as well as reel-to-reel. So here we go, the Rascals. I've been lonely too long.